It's almost November, which means it's almost time for me to lose my entire mind once again and try to write 50,000 words in 30 days. Hello, I'm Zoe and welcome back to my channel, Zoe's All Booked. If you're new here, welcome to the shit show. Like I said, it's almost November, it's almost NaNoWriMo. If you've never heard of NaNoWriMo, it stands for National Novel Writing Month. So in the month of November, during the 30 days, you try to write 50,000 words, which is 1,667 words a day. It's a lot of fun, but it's stressful, and you kind of feel like you're losing your mind about halfway through. But at the end, if you manage to write even a single word, it's very, very satisfying. This is my fifth year? No, more than that. Let's pull up the NaNoWriMo website. NaNoWriMo. 2018. For some reason, it's not showing my 2018 project, but I joined NaNoWriMo in 2018, and I've participated every year since. So this will be my 6th NaNoWriMo, and I've only ever hit 50,000 words one time. But I'm determined to do it again this year. So the whole point of this video is just like a writing update for anybody who's interested in following along on my own writing journey. I'm going to be starting a brand new project for the second time. So in the true spirit of NaNoWriMo, November 1st, you start a brand new project, but I'm a rule breaker, a risk taker. I usually am just working on something that I've already started because I need to finish one thing, at least a first draft, before I can start another one. But that's not going to happen this year. I'm starting a brand new project again this year. Last year I started a brand new one, and I'm still not done that because I haven't written in like almost 2 months now, which is weird for me. This feels very, very uncomfortable. November 1st, I'm going to be starting a new project, which I will get to in a minute. I'm going to start with my very first project, Project Superstition. If you've been around on my channel, you'll have heard me talk about this. And then I'll go into what my most recent project was, and then I will tell you about what my new one is. All of this is going to be pretty vague. I don't want to give too much detail because one, my books are not at a point where I'm comfortable sharing too much, and two, people steal shit, and I don't want that to happen to me. Project number 1, Project Superstition. I am awful at coming up with titles. I need to finish something entirely and then get a good idea. So this one I started November 2017. August 2022, I finished-ish the first draft. I have like the last 10-ish chapters maybe, just a very, very detailed outline, and then I actually need to go and write those. But I know how the story ends. It took me almost 5 years to figure out how the story ends. I had the world entirely fleshed out. I had thousands of years of history written for this. I had the characters, I had the magic system, I had everything except a fucking plot. No plot. No, just vibes. It was literally just vibes, and I'm like, this is killing me. I need to know what's gonna happen. And I finally got to the point where I could write it. But I was so excited to start my next project. I'm like, I just need to get this done. I'm very excited. I'm going to start, I think, January. I'm going to go back into that one and start looking at that one again and really pull it apart and see what works, what doesn't work. I'm going to start draft 1.5-ish. Will I write the end chapters, like fully do them? Probably not. I think I'm just going to start from the very beginning. So Project Superstition is set in a world where superstitions come true. It follows a group of 5 friends who take it upon themselves to save the world because they live there and no one else is gonna fucking do it. Somebody's gotta do it before the king takes over everything and completely annihilates life the way that they've always known it. Which is a little bit tricky for one of the characters because that's his dad. And he really, really does not want anything to do with the monarchy, with the royal family. His secret hidden goal that only one person really knows about is that he wants to end the monarchy. He wants to get rid of the throne. His dad is not open to that idea at all. He brought it up once as a kid and his dad was like, ha, fuck you. No, it's not happening. The king's son, Callan, is one of the main characters. His wife, Adara, is like our main character. Her best friend, Rian, her brother, Harindel, and their friend. Oh my god. Oh my god. What's his name? Have I my baby. There's the T. Oh my god, I haven't written this book in so long. I have not looked at it. What a horrible mother! Oh my god. T. I'm trying to bring up my doc right now. Oh my god. Project Superstition. Where the fuck? Torin. Oh my god. How did I forget that? It's been a long time since I've worked on this book. I am awful. Torin is Callan's best friend, the king's son. I don't know if that's the one that I want to try to query with first, because I do want to try to get traditionally published. Self-publish is a very, very valid choice, but not one that would work for me or my lifestyle. So I'm going to attempt self-publishing, traditional publishing. Which brings me to book 2. I think this one is going to be the one that I try to query with. I want to have this fully ready to start querying early 2024. I've been saying this every fucking year, but I keep popping up children, and that just hasn't happened yet. Tentative title for book 2 is The Lost World, but I hate that, and that's just what I've stuck with right now, because this originally was an Atlantis-inspired story. Not something I think that anybody will actually pick up on unless I'm explicitly telling them, but that was where the idea stemmed from. So this one is a chosen one turned on its head kind of trope, because I'm kind of bored with the regular run-of-the-mill chosen one stories. I need a tea break. Mug warmer, best thing in the entire world. Side note. So this one follows Tell. She is the chosen one. There's a different name for that, but that's gonna be a secret for now. She's known that she's the chosen one, chosen to save the entire world since she was about 5 years old, when she was taken from her family because this prophecy said, hey, she's gonna be the one. However, this prophecy is very, very vague, and it's just like, yeah, you're gonna save the world at some secret time, secret place. We'll find out one day. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But she's been trained her entire life. When she's about 25 years old, she gets pulled aside and she's told, actually, we messed up. There was a clerical error. Turns out, Emerson, your rival, the guy you hate more than anybody, but also would smash at any given chance because you have that kind of weird dynamic. He's actually the chosen one. So, sucks to suck. Pack your shit up. Move back home. Maybe you can apply for an office job in the government one day. Have a great life! And she's like, what the fuck? She's very angry. She is not happy about this. While she's out off in the woods having an epic fucking temper tantrum because the rug has been entirely pulled out from under her, she encounters this woman named Ariawen, who says that she's a fae from the mythical lost world of Edria. And their world is dying because human magic is killing their world. Every time humans use magic, it sucks life out of their world. Can you please fucking stop? And we'll figure out a solution here. And Tel's like, okay, sure, bud. What kind of drugs are you on? Can I have some? Because I would also like to be Delulu. That is my Salulu right now. Goes off on her merry way until she finds out that Ariawen is 100% telling the truth. The Fae are real. They're back. They're pissed off. Things need to change. Oh, and by the way, that whole prophecy that started all of this, it's a setup. As we can tell, I know a lot more about this book than the last one. This had a much more fully fleshed out plot. I spent all of October 2022 planning this, plotting this, doing all of it, and then November 1st I started writing. Did not hit my 50,000 because life got in the way. Also, I was very pregnant again. Every November, I'm either pregnant or with a newborn or like very young infant. But this year, I'm gonna have a 10-month-old or 9-month-old October 31st. So like 9 into 10 months. So I'm gonna have more time. Which brings me into the new project. I don't have much on this one either. This is vibes. There is not much plot, and that's how I like it for this one. Current title, just very fun, very silly, To Have and to Heist. If you've ever seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, think Halloween Heist. That's what actually inspired this, and I love like capers and heisty movies, just like fun silliness. So this is going to be very, very low stakes. I know for sure that this one at this point isn't going to be one that I try to query with first. Possibly going to try to get it published one day. Could be a Brandon Sanderson situation where I get famous and then self-publish after. Who knows? This memory card is about to be full. Shit! I'll be back. There we go. The files for the video that I'm editing there were still on the camera and I forgot to take them off. So yeah, this one is... I don't know how well it would do as like a debut book. So this one is purely for fun, purely for me. I have this idea. I need to get it out. I'm very excited. It's a very, very low stakes fantasy heist book. Like I said, if you've seen the Halloween Heist episodes, you'll get kind of the idea that I'm going for. It follows a group of 5 friends. I don't know why I always go with 5, but I like the number 5. It's going to start with the 5 of them hanging out. They're bored. They don't know what the fuck they want to do with their day. And one of them is bragging that he can steal anything. He can do whatever. Just very douchey. My brother requested that I base this character's personality on him. It's gonna be a doozy. I'm very excited. My brother is like my best friend, but I fucking hate him. He pisses me off more than anybody in the world. I'm very excited to write this character. Tea break. So, he's gonna be just talking out of his ass. He's gonna be talking a whole bunch of shit, saying that he's the best, he can do whatever. And one of the characters is like, shut the fuck up, okay? Let's make a bet. We are gonna try to take this beloved item from this beloved place. Whoever has it at dawn is gonna be the winner. And I don't know what the terms of the bet are gonna be. I think it's gonna be something like, if you don't have the plaque, you have to answer to a certain amount of requests that I have, no matter how ridiculous, as long as it's not illegal. Something silly like that. Very low stakes. It's gonna be just friends hanging out being dumb. But there's going to be extra characters that come in. Think Swiper from Dora the Explorer. Each of the characters is going to have a familiar. I don't want to say like Pokemon, but not like Pokemon. They're going to be based off of 5 animals in my life, and their personalities are going to be based off of them. They're going to be mythical creatures, but teacup sized. So they're going to be like Pokemon sized. For example, my dog Tyson is going to be a teacup sized dragon that looks very ferocious, but he's a little bitch. He's terrified of everything. Where is he? Puppies, where'd you go? My cat Draco is going to be a sphinx based on, the cat Sid. He's going to be a teacup sized sphinx who's an unbothered king, but will annihilate you if you get too close to him. That kind of thing. I think personally, my favorite one is gonna be my middle sister-in-law. Her and her husband's dog, Scout. Gorgeous girl. I love her. However, she has this thing where my sister-in-law cannot interact with another human being, especially my kids. Holy shit. Without Scout going and humping Alyssa's leg. It's fucking hilarious. So she's going to be a phoenix. A teacup-sized phoenix that has a penchant for humping her owner's leg. Just very, very silly. Like I said, purely for me. Up until 2 days ago, I was going in this not knowing who was gonna win. I wanted to just have it kind of like floating around, but then my brother came up with a great idea when he requested that I write a character based on his personality for who would win this, and it's perfect. I'm so excited. I love the turn that this has taken. So I don't want to like plot much. I still want to go just the vibes, like who's going to be silly, who's doing what, who's going to sabotage whomst. And I kind of want to, I think I'm going to do a Jake and Amy type relationship, especially in the later seasons where they're sabotaging the shit out of each other. And it's like, love you, bye, but I'm going to win and I'm going to do everything that it takes to win. The main vibe is gonna be playing Monopoly with close friends and family, where a relationship is probably going to end. It's going to be chaos incarnate, which, again, if you've been around on my channel, that's kind of the brand. That's the vibe. It has to be in one of my books. Like the other two books, there's definitely, like, somebody could die at any point. Things are heavy. There's darker themes that I'm exploring. Like in the first one, in Project Superstition, I am working through some of my grieving process around a miscarriage and familial relationships that aren't the way that you hoped they would be. And like there's heavier themes in there. In the second one, The Lost World, tentative title, I fucking hate it. Same kind of thing, but it's more growing up and realizing that your parents were abusive as kids in a way that wasn't very obvious until you were older, and exploring the relationship between Tell's adoptive parents, but like she was forcibly taken from her home as a child, reconciling that relationship and becoming closer to her actual parents, who she really thought abandoned her, but there's a lot more to that story there. So it's like the dynamic between the parents you have and the parents that you wished you had. This is all like very, very personal to me, very, very heavy. I was definitely crying when I was adjusting the plot from like the very first draft to where it is now. And it takes an emotional toll on me writing all of that stuff. Like, definitely stories that I want to tell. Definitely things that I want to explore and work on my own personal healing journey for everything. But the heist one is pure fun silliness. This is much more based on current relationships now. The vibe for a friend group that I want one day, you know, when I actually leave my house and do things out in the wider world, that kind of stuff. So I'm very excited. Shit, I brought my notebook back upstairs. I don't have much in the notebook, but I'm very excited. I'm so excited for NaNoWriMo this year. Also, this book, I don't know if I want to even hit 100,000 words. The other two first drafts, I set my word count goal for 150 because I would rather cut down than try to add to it. This one, I'm setting it for 100K, and that's going to be like whittled down heavily. I gotta check and make sure my in-laws haven't messaged saying they're on the way back. They've got the boys. Another one. If you've been around on my channel, you know that I set goals that are way too big. Like my current TBR, 62 books. Am I close? You'll find out. It's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen right now. 50,000 is like the standard goal, but I am gonna attempt to write the entire fucking book next month. Whole thing. I'm gonna do it. Which is gonna be very, very interesting. Like I said, I have not written in almost 2 months. I don't know if I still know how to type. Also, I really, really want to get a new keyboard for this bitch because the mechanical keyboard cannot type. The amount of typos is like tripled from my usual messages, and anybody that's seen me on Discord and any of my writing groups or like any just like casual typing, I am a typo queen. It's awful. It's disgusting. I am a fraud when I say I'm a writer if you see my messages. So typically I write on the laptop. But I like sitting down here at my desk in the library without having to get the laptop out because that thing is fucking ancient. It's 9 years old this year. And NaNoWriMo 2020, I think it was, maybe 2021, Kurt spilled coffee on it. So she hasn't been the same. None of the side ports on the one side work. The headphone jack doesn't work. None of the volume can be adjusted. I have to, it's Bluetooth or nothing for volume. She's on her last leg. I love her so much. We've been through so much together. At least 2 degrees, maybe all 3. I don't know, 2 degrees. She wasn't there with me for my first one. But like, I need a new keyboard because I need to do my clacky clacks, but not so clacky clack.
Can y'all feel?
Cha feel. Cha definitely feel.
I'm also gonna attempt to post a few videos throughout the month. I'm also gonna attempt to film Couchmas stuff while writing 100,000 words. What the fuck is wrong with me? Who lets me make these kinds of decisions for myself? You know, I'm gonna text Kurt after this. He's at work right now. I'm gonna text him, say, "Hi, butt cheeks, I love you." And guess what? I'm setting myself up for failure once again in November, and he's gonna laugh at me and tell me that I'm stupid and support the fuck out of me while I try to do that. I'm very excited. We have a very interesting dynamic. I'm gonna stop rambling now because I want to start editing this and finish editing that shit. But I'm so excited. Also, I started having like a couple beta readers for The Lost World, but I really want to get that to the point where I'm looking for critique partners and beta readers. I have like several people in mind. Low key, I'm thinking I might look for an alpha reader for the heist book because it's just going to be fun and silly, and I have this thing where I need to tell everybody what I'm doing at all times. I'm a Libra. I've got ADHD. I'm a recluse. I'm at home all the time with 3 small children. What do you want from me? I don't have an adult interaction ever. So, I might be doing that. We're getting real fucking weird right now. Wow, that is my cue. I need to eat something. I need to stop. And this is me not even on drugs. Yeah, that's it. Let me know down below in the comments if you are a writer, if you have any dreams to become a writer one day, if you're going to be participating in NaNoWriMo, and if you are, what are you going to be working on? I'm very excited. Or if that's just too much, or you don't have a lot of time, drop some hearts down below, preferably purple ones because that's my favorite color. As always, to stay updated with my current reads and how I'm feeling about them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Goodreads, TikTok, and Storygraph. Right now, for some reason, Goodreads is the one I am most active on because I've been finishing an audiobook like in less than 24 hours consistently throughout the month. It's very weird. All at Zoe's All Booked, which I will leave linked down below in the description box. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share the video so everyone else can join in on the madness, the chaos, the shit show. With that, we have come to the very end of this video that got increasingly chaotic. I hope you all have a wonderful day and get at least a little bit of uninterrupted reading and or writing time. I love you awesome nerds, and I will see you in the next one.